You've not seen paint like on this new Audi E7X before because there's light embedded in it. It's even more noticeable here at the back. Plus, it pulsates. If I press this button here, I can open the fridge. Ideal on a hot day like today for keeping your chocolates cool. But what is this? Well, I'll show you. If I press this button here, I can activate the TV and fold it down. Watch all my favourite Chinese shows. However, while all that's quite cool, what's less cool is this feature here, the running boards, because they don't retract like you might expect them to on a premium car like this, and they just get in the way whether you're getting in, out or out. They're at the wrong height. You don't need them for a car that's only this tall. Also, there's no glove box in a car that's supposed to be a family-friendly SUV. It's a bit of an oversight. This is the new Audi E7X, and it's a little bit like a Huawei 5G mobile phone mast because it's packed full of the latest Chinese technology, but we're not allowed to have it in the UK, Europe, or the United States. However, is it really like 5G, i.e. fast? Let's find out. To see just how fast this Chinese Audi is, we're going to compare it to a European Audi. Its equivalent, the Audi Q8. So this has two electric motors, 680 horsepower, 800 newton meters of torque, but he weighs 2.6 tons. That Q8 has a 3-litre V6 diesel with 286 horsepower and 600 newton meters. Slightly lighter though, at under 2.2 tons. However, the biggest difference is the price. You won't believe how little this E7X costs compared with the new Q8. But before we get into that, let's drag race them and time this car from 0 to 60 and over the standing quarter mile. How much quicker will it be than the old dinosaur powered European car?
3, 2, nice start.
We were neck and neck off the line, but this is doing electric car things and just pulling. Whoop. Effortlessly quick. Effortless. And that's the victory. The other car is so far behind. Wow. So for a big old lump, this was quick. It had 0 to 60 in 4 seconds and a standing quarter mile in just over 12 seconds. The Q8 accelerated to 60 miles per hour in 6.1 seconds and completed the standing quarter mile in 14.7 seconds. Now I've jumped into the Audi Q8 because we're going to set a benchmark for braking. Maybe that is where the electric car falls down because of the added weight, but let's find out. Full emergency stop from 60 miles an hour. Let's do it. Wow, that's good. 31 meters. Here we go then in the Chinese Audi. Will it be better or will it be worse? One meter worse, but that could be the difference between hitting someone and not hitting someone. So there's very little between the Chinese Audi and the German Audi when it comes to braking, but there is a huge difference when it comes to their design. In particular, the Audi logo. So on this Chinese Audi, it's written, you will not find any 4 rings on this car anyway. Now visually though, take that badge off it, no idea it's an Audi. No idea at all. It looks modern, it looks futuristic. Dare say it does look a bit Chinese, doesn't it? Moving down the side, what is quite Audi-like though, big alloy wheels. These are 22s. The profile of the car is very similar to the Q8, but the actual surfacing is not. It's all smooth, very much like a BMW iX3. In fact, there's more BMW vibes on the inside, which we'll get to in a bit. Poppy-outed door handles. They're not terrible to operate though. Moving to the rear, a bit like the front really, sort of not like an Audi at all. There's not as much going on with the bodywork compared to the European Audi Q8. Similar story inside as well. Let's go take a look, you'll see what I mean. If it didn't have Audi written out on the steering wheel and here on the seats, I'd have no idea this was an Audi product. In fact, there's something of the BMW about it inside. It reminds me a little bit of the BMW M5 I had. Anyhow, quality-wise, it's great. Controls feel nice. I like the fact that that's your drive select on there. It's more Mercedes than BMW or Audi, to tell you the truth. Yeah, everything feels quite nice. The steering wheel feels nice. The materials, yep, absolutely fine. This creaks a little bit, but I did the same to the center console in the Q8 and this is what that's like. So really, no difference. What you do have here though is a massive screen. It's huge. Probably too much screen. Classic screen for the passenger, but you can like swipe through different menus and stuff like that. There's lots of information. You can change the digital driver's display. We have a heads-up display as well. And the door bins, let's see if they'll take a big bottle. Yes, they will. Let's just fill up the cup holders while we're at it. Pretty good. Now, what's also good, seats. Very, very comfortable. And like the Alcantara effect. Headlining feels expensive. It's got all the things that you'd expect in a premium SUV, although the price isn't exactly premium. I'll come to that in a bit. Now, there's one thing I particularly like, and it's these controls here, right? The most important controls, the temperature for the climate and the fan speed, are here. You're not having to do it through the screen. So that is a definite win. Speaking of winning, when it comes to impressing people, is this going to win more people over than a traditional German Audi? Let's find out. This is a bunch of students from Oxford Brookes University. They're engineers and they're working on Formula Student, which means they're building a racing car. I'm going to get their opinion on these two Audis and find out which they prefer. So guys, do you want to go and have a look around both the cars? Now open the doors, look in, sit in, do whatever you need to do. You just sit in it and it goes.
So the doors open on their own on this one.
Do you want to know something really bad, which we wanted to film, but we're not going to? If you spin it fast enough and film it, that's diesel, that's electric. Ignore that. I just want you to consider the cars for what they look like on the outside, what they look like on the inside, and how they feel in terms of luxury. And what I want you to do now is stand next to the car you would prefer. Go. That is so close. 7 people over here for the Chinese Audi, but 8 over here for the original German Audi. It's close, but the European takes it. While the students narrowly chose the European Audi, when it comes to the back seats, it's a win for this Chinese one, easily. So loads of knee room, loads of headroom, completely flat floor because it's electric, but your bottom isn't too close to the floor. There's still plenty of under thigh support on the seat, and these seats are very comfortable. Let's look at this. Oh, you really can recline and stretch out. This is lovely. Even with 3 people in the back at once, there is plenty of space for everyone. Also, you can alter the angle of the headrests here in the back. Oh, and there's more Audi badging here and on the sill. We've also got some extra features here, such as, look, oop, little table. There's a thing there where you can hang, I imagine, an iPad or monitor off. You've got storage here. You've got your USB-Cs here, all your climate control and seat controls here as well. Decent sized door bins. You have armrest with storage and covered cup holders. Oh yeah, I like that, Matthew. And easy access Isofix anchor points. Look, the only downer for me is this, the fact that that doesn't go down far enough, but at least the windows have acoustic glass, so this should be a very quiet car when you drive in, and we'll find out about that in a bit. First though, we need to check out the boot. The boot capacity of this Chinese Audi is huge. 680 litres, which is about 10% larger than the Audi Q8. Now you have a flat load lip, so it's easy to load things in, and if you press this button here, you can lower the car down on its air suspension or raise it up. Also, you've got a 12-volt socket there and some extra storage under there. And of course, look, hey, check it out. But how big is this boot in reality? Let's do a man test. Nick, can you see if you can get comfortable in that boot? And I will shut it. Are you ready for this?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I'm thinking, Miguel?
What?
I think there's enough room for 2. Sorry to do this to you, Nick.
Oh, company, here we go. How shall we do this?
I think you should 69 it. Right, now this is the test. Try and get your head in.
Oh.
Don't fart, no one fart. What? Here we go. So that shuts. Now what we need to do is shall we just go for a walk for a bit? So, it's been a lovely day today actually. The question I have though is whether the Q8's boot, while smaller on paper, is actually bigger in reality. So, which one did you prefer, or should I say, which one did you detest the least?
This one has a lot of room. This one is better. It's darker but roomier.
Okay, well, there you go. That's the people test, and the people have spoken. There is one thing that this doesn't have that does though. The Chinese Audi has a front boot, and it's only fair for me to get into this. Oh God! There. I guess I do fit. It's a decent size, to tell you the truth, for a front boot. But there is a slight issue I do have with another part of this car's practicality. Unlike the Q8, which has 3-way folding rear seats, it's only 2 on this, and the electric operation does take a while. Though there is something I like. If I try and do the other one, I'm going to get this message.
请向前调整前排座椅水平及靠背位置，留出足够空间后再操作。
Because I'm fluent in Mandarin, I understand that she's telling me that I can't fold down that one because the front passenger seat is too far back, that won't fold down properly. Which is a bit annoying. Maybe it should just move that seat forward slightly automatically. And that brings me on to some other annoying things about this car. If you don't have the app for the car on your phone, then you have to use the key card to make it turn on, and you have to place the key card there, which is the same place as the wireless charging pad for your mobile phone, so you then can't use that wireless charging pad. Well, the latest European electric Audis have charging ports on both sides of the car. On this Chinese one, it's only on this side. Then there's the electrically dimming glass roof, which takes ages to dim compared to those on European Audis. Ready? This is what I do. I press this button here and put it on fully dim. 3, 2, 1, go. That was too long. I hate side mirrors, which are actually a camera feed, because they're just in the wrong place. You're not used to looking there, you're used to looking there, and you don't get depth of field with a camera feed. And look at the size of the actual camera itself. You may as well have a normal big door mirror. What's that all about? Well, it's great that you have extendable leg rests. Do you notice the problem? That's a good way to stretch out your shins. But, I mean, what's the point of that? Silly. Oh, you need to move that seat forward. So what you have to do in order to do that is hit the TV button on there, lower the TV, and up there in the top left-hand corner is boss mode. So I hit boss mode, continue. Now it's moving the front seat forward so I can stretch out more. Yes. That is definitely better. Quick question though, what about the person who sat here? They've still got a leg rest there. You can't move the driver's seat. Silly Audi China anyway. The efficiency of this car isn't great. So it's supposed to do 400 miles on a charge. However, that's Kanan over there. He's driven the car for over 1,000 kilometers. He's brought it to us from Germany, and he's averaged 2.6 miles per kilowatt hour. And the gross battery capacity is 100 kilowatt hours. So at best, you're going to get 260 miles out of it on a full charge. However, it's not all bad because this thing charges quickly. It's got 900 volt architecture, so it's got rapid charging. If you can find a charger quick enough, it will add 200 miles of range in just 10 minutes. There's automatic opening and closing rear doors, and the sensors are really good that you can just get in the way of them and it stops perfectly, and then we'll restart again. On the European Audi Q7, which Audi has just released, it's got automatic doors, but they get flummoxed more easily. It's like the Chinese have better tech. Who'd have thought it? The car has this little digital assistant down there which you can talk to. Ni hao, Audi.
你好呀。
Also, you can draw certain commands on this screen. So if I put in an A, then it does this. If I put in a circle, it does this. And then if I do a heart, it does this. And check this out, if I go into the sat nav and make it wide, I can go full widescreen sat nav. Whee! Now I'm in the middle of the ocean. That's Spain and Portugal. If you have your seat in a recline position, then go to get out, look at this, it actually pushes you forwards to make it easier to exit. The best thing about this Chinese Audi though is the price. So in China, £36,000. The Q8, it's like £80,000. Same price as in the UK. Though actually in the UK, you can get about £6,000 off one of those through carwow. But either way, this is why Audi has done this joint venture with SAIC, which is a company that also owns MG. It's because people stop buying the German product in China. They just buy homegrown products. So if you want to tap into that market, you need to license your brand to have the car built over there. Does this Chinese Audi drive as well as the European one? First things first, let's talk about the good things. And one is the turning circle. This car is over 5 meters long. Yeah, the turning circle is just 10.5 meters, better than an Audi A1. It's incredible. It's because you've got 7 degrees of steering angle on the rear wheels. Bonkers. Another thing that's great, noise insulation. It's very quiet, this car. When you're cruising along at speed, just whoosh, it's good. And now we've covered those two things, we can get into the things that aren't so good. And the first is the suspension. So it's reasonably soft and compliant, which is fine. But it seems to find bumps all the time, just little jiggly bumps that upset the chassis ever so slightly. Now I just jumped out of the Audi Q8. So I had that as my reference, and jumping into this, while in isolation might be, oh, it's all right. You see what Audi Germany can do and what they're good at. And that is the development of a fine driving automobile. This is a satisfactory driving automobile, but if you're someone who's really into driving, your standard for satisfactory might be higher than the average buyer of this kind of car, and you might end up a bit disappointed because the steering's a little bit, shall I say, inconsistent. The braking, once again, a little bit grabby. You chuck the car into a corner and it does all right at holding on, but you're never entirely sure that it's going to hold on. You can't fault the performance though in the traction, so put your foot down and it takes off. It absolutely does. But all electric cars do that. What it struggles with is finesse. It doesn't have the finesse of a normal luxury Audi SUV, not one from Germany, or at least Europe. Does that matter though? £36,000 if you're Chinese, £80,000 for the QA. Not sure it does. Reason being, what really sells cars for most people, the looks, well, the looks on this are a bit generic, but hey, the interior is good, the quality feels good, the tech is good, and in all those respects, this car does deliver. What it doesn't do is that fine driving experience. It's just okay. And at 36 grand for something this big, something this tech packed, something this quick, okay, is actually more than good enough. If you think that this Audi actually smashes the original German Audi models in terms of value and what you get for your money, you need to check out this video where we compare another Chinese car to a Rolls Royce. It will blow your mind. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like. Let me know what you think of this car in the comments below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel. And as ever, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.